pitch it. And we were driving off the Warner Brothers lot. We get a call from our agent and director said that he loved it. He saw the whole movie. He wished he would have had a bag of popcorn. And we were off to the races. We went and pitched it to Paramount. They bought it. We went to London where they said, now here's another thing. They're banking on us, right? These two guys that had written one movie for them. And they sent us to London, and we've got 2 weeks to fulfill a contract to present a script to Eidos, the video game company, or they're going to have to pay $6 million more on top of what they've already paid. But here's that risk again. They're just fucking going for it. Why not? But they're like, we're going to set you guys up at a hotel. We were writing 24/7. In fact, one night we're playing music really loud. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and both of us are hammering out scenes. And all of a sudden, we hear like a fire truck outside. So we open up the balcony windows. We're like on the third floor, and there's a ladder coming up to our window because we had headphones on. We were writing and we were smoking, and they thought that our room was on fire.
That's how much you were smoking.
And that's how much we were smoking back then. And then like they would show up with like tons of cash, like every day the producer would show up with 300 pounds. Here's your per diem, but keep writing. We would go to the bar at night and order 200-year-old bottles of port. They were bringing it out and they're breaking the dirt. They're like Napoleonic era port, knowing that if the movie worked, they wouldn't care. And if it didn't work, we were getting fired anyway. So let's fucking go for it. So finally we get a call from business affairs and they're like, we don't want to bother you guys. We know you're on this crazy deadline, but who's ordering the port? Because they were getting billed for like a couple $1,000s a night for this old wine. Anyway, we made the deadline. The movie got made. We got Angelina. That was a whole nother thing. But
Jolie, for anybody who's not familiar with the movie.
And the movie goes on to be, the most successful video game adaptation in history up until Super Mario. And it made a couple of $1 billion. But these guys were willing to throw millions and millions and millions at it at the beginning in order to make this one show. There was a time when I could go into, anybody could go into a network or studio and pitch a show and they would buy it in the room. They were writing a check for you as you're leaving. Now it's impossible. That's how it got done back then. A lot of buying, a lot of production, a lot of risk. And now people are just like, they think they can buy one or two things and get one or two hits out of that. And it just doesn't work like that.